Fractions are a concept that's hard for students to understand sometimes at first, so that's why it's really important to use real-life examples to help them make the connections to the real world. So here are a few easy real-life examples. So if you look at this Rubik's Cube, there's a lot of different colors here. If you ask a student how many of the spaces are orange out of the total, the answer would be 2 out of 9. Now if you look at this thread, how much of the thread is white? And you could say 1/4 because there are 4 spools. Using measuring tape is very beneficial for helping kids understand the relationship between length and fractions. One way you can use measuring tape is by measuring household objects. So I chose to measure this Blackbeard figurine. As you can see, he's definitely over an inch tall if you put him at the top of the measuring tape. So we're going to look more closely at the spaces. Alright, you can see that they are divided up into 8ths. Okay, so it'll come down to 1 inch, and we'll see 1 1/8, 1 2/8, 1 3/8, 1 4/8 long. Alright, and 1 4/8 translates to 1 1/2 inches long. You can also use a bag of bread to teach fractions. For example, this bag of hot dog buns usually comes in a pack of 8. However, if you look in, you can see there are only 7 buns. So how many buns are left out of the total, which would be 7/8? You can even go to your pantry, look at your canned goods, and have your child tell you how much of whatever item there is. For example, if you ask the child how many Great Northern beans there are in this lineup of vegetables, it would be 2/7. Fractions can even be applied to pages in a book. For instance, if you have 870 pages in a book, but you're only on page 290, then what percentage of the book do you have left to read? The child can find out that they have 2/3 of the book left and are only 1/3 of the way through. You can also use fractions to find the number of animals. Here I have 8 toy horses that I'm setting up so the viewers can see. Now that you can see all the horses clearly, you can ask the child how many of each horse there are. So as you can see, there are 3 black horses out of the 8. There are 2 white horses out of the 8, which leaves 3 brown horses out of the 8. And 3/8 plus 3/8 plus 2/8 equals a whole. Now that the kids have an idea of real-world examples, have them select one in your home of their own to try out. Thanks so much for watching.